The Sanlam Business Partners Entrepreneur of the Year competition is committed to playing a crucial role in elevating the standard of entrepreneurial activity in the country, as well as fostering a national entrepreneurial spirit. Our goal is to celebrate excellence in entrepreneurship and to promote it as a viable and exciting career path. The awards aim to honour, benefit and uplift South African SMEs and entrepreneurs. The competition celebrates excellence in entrepreneurship, serving as an inspiration to others to succeed in the world of business.
My name is David Green from the Thegreencompany in Cape Town. We use real leaves that we put into a cotton-based acetate, and we make glasses and also timepieces from them. So each piece is an individual. We do all the designs here in Cape Town. We import materials and things from all over the world, and then we export to over 20 countries. In 2006, I'd been working in corporate life for quite a while, and I was looking for a break, and I was having a cup of coffee with a friend of mine who presented an opportunity, and I took the gap. So it's been quite a journey, 8 years now. I started off in a joint venture, and last year we bought the business out ourselves. So it's been quite a journey. My father was an artist and I'm an engineer. And actually the EOY is quite a nice combination of art and engineering. Our business is located in Cape Town, and I really think it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. I love to walk in the forest. Nature to me is very, very inspiring. I have done my time in Johannesburg, lived there for 8 years, and I actually really loved it. It kind of honed my business skills, but I have to say Cape Town is an incredibly inspiring place to live in terms of being inspired to bring nature to the cities of the world, which is in essence what I want to do. I'm not a big bang type of guy. I always think it's like walking, one step forward, make money, spend money, make money, spend money, make money. Building slowly, one step by step. We've got about 500 different customers. Most of them I've kind of nurtured myself and slowly nurtured them. We've lost some customers and we've gained some customers. But people joke and say, how do you build a brand? And I always joke and say, hammer and tongs.
My name is Dudumo Fukeng. I'm the CEO of Legacy Laundry Services and Dry Cleaning. I have to be honest with you, I didn't do a business plan. I didn't plan to be in the business, but it just called me. I felt that at work they were not using my full talents. I felt that I was operating at the 60-40 optima, and I felt that I could do more than I was giving them. And then I was just ready to explode because I was underutilized. But I just resigned from my work, and then I didn't have anything to do. And then there was an opportunity to be in laundry, which I found it very cheap compared to other franchises. And then I dived in. My businesses are around in Pretoria. I've got 2 locations in Pretoria North. I've got 2 locations in Pretoria East. At Pretoria East, I've got a depot and a plant or a factory. Factory which services hotels, which we do our in-house dry cleaning to support my depots. And at the north, I've got 2 depots in Sinoville Corner and also in Montana Junction. The challenges in the beginning was like people were not believing in me. Is it really a real business? Will you be there in the next 5 years? Challenges within me. First, I didn't have the technical know-how. That's the truth. A small business, we think that everyone is waiting for us to embrace us and help us. It's not really like that. You have to prove to anyone that you go to and knock for support that your business is viable.
Hi, I'm Johan Ekstein. My business is Agricon Pelleting, where we manufacture pelleting equipment and various kinds of animal feed handling equipment. Business is all about giving the farmer a solution on how to process his feeds and how to add value at farm level without having a middleman in between who takes all his profits, and also to save some money for the farmer himself. It started way back when I was much younger. My brother and I was looking for opportunity to do something on our own, and at that stage I had to work part-time and to sort of build the business as a sideline for myself. But the whole idea behind it was to become an entrepreneur and do my own thing eventually. I've got a passion for farming. I grew up on a farm. My father was a professor, so he dropped us at school, and in the afternoons we'd go back to the farm and we'd farm ourselves. And I've just got this passion for farming, and obviously I chose something that was close to what I have a passion for, and it fits very well in with what I know and what I've studied as well in agriculture. I think anybody who's arrogant enough to say it was just me wouldn't have a business. So yeah, it's very important to have a very strong team behind you. So over the years I've had very good people in my team. At the moment, I've got a very strong team supporting me. In the beginning, it was my brother, which I eventually bought out, and he went on to do another business. But all these people contributed to the success that I have in my business at this stage. And I think in future, my team will also be one of my priorities forever, because it is very important to have a good team behind me. Most important thing is cash is king. You've got to run your business on a cash basis. The more debt you're going to make, the easier it's going to become for you to relax and sit back and not worry about the money, because you don't realize how much you had to put in to get that money. So it's very important to make sure that you sort of grow out of your own funds, and if you're looking for a helping hand, look at the end of your own arm. So do your own thing and just work hard at your business.
My name is Michelle Booysen. We are based in Cape Town. I am the proud co-owner of Petanque Consultancy. A bit of a strange name. It's a French name, and it's the name of game. So boule is what they call it in northern France, and the southern French call it petanque. And it really is, we took on the name because when you're heading for something, you're aiming for something, you have these tactics that you use to get there, and that's exactly what petanque is. You've got the little cochonnet, or the little oak wooden ball, which gets tossed out into the playing field, and with that then, as a team, you have to, usually 2 people in a team, toss the biggest heavy steel balls to get as close as possible to the little ball. And there's great fun in this, but it's also quite a serious game. If ever you've watched it or seen it being played on the beach, people are really concentrating, but there's always the yay or the wow, that was good, but there's a skill and a technique, and that's what our business is about. Pretty much we work with our clients to reach a specific outcome, whether that outcome is growth, a merger, a new product being added, diversifying into new markets, simply starting a new division, or going smaller. We assist our clients to move from one position to the next, and we have different tactics that we apply to make that happen. So the name actually works very well with what we do, and of course we very much into, if you ain't having fun, don't play the game. So what we do, we have tremendous fun with our clients. We believe that business is like a game. Sometimes you've got to be very strategic, sometimes you just have fun.
I'm Adri Kruger. I'm the owner of Tzaneen Country Lodge. We started the Tzaneen Country Lodge in 2000, and what was supposed to be a 4-bedroom guest house ended up in a 60-bedroom full-service hotel. From the 60-bedroom hotel, we added a spa and wellness facility. We added a conference center that can handle 500 people. Open-air amphitheater where we do festivals. We added an animal touch farm or a petting zoo for children. And we also added a chapel for weddings. I've got the most amazing team, and I think I always say to people that the core of my success is my staff. I've got the most wonderful staff, and most of our staff have been with us from the beginning. We also have been rated by the Automobile Association when they do their evaluations. Our staff was always rated more than 95% for their friendliness and service, and that is such a huge achievement, thinking that the tests were always done incognito, so we never knew when they were coming.
hotel is the greenest hotel in South Africa. We say so because we really are green. We don't try to be green or use it as a marketing gadget. We started with energy conservation when we built it in 2000. And we went over to things like reusing wastewater, cleaning every drop of water, and including all our sewage water goes through a sanitation plant that is reused on the farm and on the property gardens.
I think in my business, the most important thing is to give people always more than they expect. That's a simple but very powerful rule. Always give people more than they expect. And have the passion. I think the passion is, for me, the most important thing about entrepreneurship, is to have that passion to go for your goals. Go get them.
My name is Karabo Songo. I'm the group founder of Olive Communications, and my business partner, Olatoye, both him and I run the business.
Our business is all about, we're defined as a below-the-line, full-service communications marketing agency. What that really means is we're helping our clients from developing what their brand strategy, consumer strategy, customer strategy is going to be, as well as how they communicate that directly to customers and to clients and consumers, either at the point of consumption, at the point of purchase. That translates into whether you're inside a store, it could be whether you're attending an event, it could be whether we're rewarding you as a customer or as a consumer, but it's all about below the line. We do focus on other areas of marketing communications. So we do focus a bit on digital and some of the other spaces, PR, but that below the line space is definitely our sweet spot.
What makes an excellent entrepreneur, in my definition, is it's an element of being able to spot opportunities within a specific marketplace and turn an opportunity into a business and a viable business over a long term. And the brilliant entrepreneurs spot a multiple number of opportunities. So they're not only able to productize one, they then productize a whole entire industry.
Find something that you're good at, something that people will always give you money for, and do that thing with your life. A lot of people go into things because they think, oh, it's easy, I can easily get into this industry, I can easily offer this product, but they're not necessarily good at it. As an entrepreneur, find that one thing that you are good at. People recognize that you have this capability, you have this skill, and find out a way to get people to give you money to do that thing over and over and over again.
My name is Lorimer Gower. I own a company called Laram Pty Limited. Started it in 1999, and up to today it's the passion of my life, except for my wife. I manufacture supplements, bioceuticals, nutraceuticals for the animal industry. The major part of my business is the poultry industry, but I also focus on horses and then on the ruminant industry, which is cattle, sheep and goats. Business was started out of need because we'd been expropriated from a farm, and I decided to start my own business promoting what I'd always farmed with, the natural production of meat in the country. We're the only company in the world which has, for the business that we do, veterinary supplementation, we're the only company in the world that has ISO 22000, which gives us an advantage over companies overseas. We can manufacture for overseas companies now as well and export products. There's been very big challenges. Remember, I'm a small enterprise in the world market of agricultural supplements and medications. To break into a market where there are these huge multinationals who've got multi-billions sitting behind them for product development, whatever, became a problem. That's why I decided to go the route of niche markets. Markets which are not big enough for multinationals to play in, but markets that I could develop that nobody was even aware about. You've got to be enthusiastic. If you've got enthusiasm, it doesn't matter what you're doing.
is going to work. People buy from happy people. People want to do business with happy people. Whatever you're doing, make sure that the product you're giving is of good quality, the service you're giving is of a high standard, and then you'll do business.
I'm Theri Rossouw, owner and creator of Kitty Calm, and it's manufactured by Therific Naturals, and we're based in Cape Town. We manufacture a magnesium sulfate bubble bath salt. It's termed medicinal, so it has a lot of benefits for children and for adults, and includes reducing hyperactivity, improving sleep patterns, also really good for brain development for children. And for adults with our modern day stresses, it's a natural muscle relaxant and anti-inflammatory. So we took a simple product that was boring and just turned it into a fun bubble bath that everyone can enjoy. It was an unknown product, unfamiliar to everyone. And the more I took it out to the markets and started selling to friends, the more I realized that huge opportunity for growth, and basically grew the product from there and have managed to brand it and get it out into South Africa as a recognized product. It sounds too good to be true. What bath salt can reduce hyperactivity? It's, you know, people don't believe you until they try it. I think my biggest challenge is I started with zero capital, zero finance. I had basically the 20 Rand I used to go and buy the first box of Epsom salt, used samples given to me from the suppliers, and from that made the first 1 or 2 or 3 tubs. And it was just sticking it out and not giving in and not, you know, applying for loans when times are tough. So it quite literally grew from the 1 tub. The sale would then make 2 tubs, would then make the 4 tubs. And there were times where it became really, really tight. You're needing stock, you can't get the orders out, and it was just sticking it out and having the faith. Other people might judge you, other people might try and break you down. Stick it out with the ones that are encouraging. But the biggest, probably the most strongest piece of advice I can give is don't give up on yourself. A lot of people try and panic and they think, let me just do another job or a quick side this to try and support the income or the finances, and they lose focus. As soon as you take your eye off the ball, you're going to lose it.
I'm Hans van Aardt. I'm CEO of Microworks. We do debt management software solutions, which operates all over South Africa, and we're expanding that to the States in the next year. Microworks is about developing software which automates debt management processes inside companies, as well as in call center collection environments, as well as in attorney firms where you have these legal processes. We specialize in automating the processes as well as delivering value in other kinds of ways, such as streamlining human interaction, generating documents exactly in the way that it should be generated, and eventually upping the performance. That's what we aim to do in companies. Where you might have a certain collection rate, we try to up that by 30 to 50%. That's our aim normally. I started Microworks in 1995, December of 1995. I was 21 years old, and I didn't have a business opportunity at that stage, but I had the passion for IT. So I started learning how to develop software. I got some books. February the next year, my father was a general practitioner, medical doctor, and he came to me with an opportunity to automate their in-house debt collection processes. They had an outstanding book in those days of about 2 million rands, and they were not collecting the book. So I developed the software. Within 6 months, we had a version up and running. I was only myself at that stage. And from there, just started snowballing. Okay, building a business is, in my mind, one of the most difficult things you can do, especially if you do not have a lot of experience. So where I came from, in my whole life, I only worked for Microworks. I've never worked for any other company. So a lot of the experience I had to learn in the hard way. And I've learned over time that the most important function in a company is marketing. You can have the best product, you can have the best team, you can have the best systems. If you do not have good or the best marketing, but you can have good marketing as well, you are dead in the water.
Hi, my name is Wendy Kemp, and I'm one of the founder members of Accountability Group, Pty Ltd. And our main aim to fame here is risk aversion, teaching SMMBs to avoid risk and how to avoid risk, and then give them the toolkit to actually avert any form of risk. We've got legal assistance here, and we can guide you until it gets to a stage where it requires an advocate. Then we can recommend you if you don't have your own. So we are really your backbone from the start on how to get that money back, to recover your outstanding debts. Accountability is a web-based business, so you would go and do all the credit checks, online information search in your own time, provided you have a laptop and Wi-Fi or internet connection. Giving the tools, we supply you letters of demand, we do listing of defaulters in the database to the credit bureaus, as accountability is channel partners to the country's largest credit bureaus. So you have access into the information, and you also have the ability to load up defaulters once no payment has been received. We have affiliations with other companies in the country, for example, MBD, Medichbesan de Game, which is part of the Transaction Capital Group, and they are the country's largest debt collectors. So you're saying, how do I collect? We tell you how to collect, and it's very affordable and easy to use. To become an inspiring entrepreneur is when you can actually go and take the lead. Get the idea, get the business model, and really, truly get on with it.
I'm Theresa Cupido of 18 Roadmarking and Civil. We are in the civil engineering and construction field. My business is all about road marking, the markings on the road. It's about cat's eyes, which is called road studs, and it's also about removing the existing lines if it's no longer needed, which is called sandblasting. That is the one part of the business. On the civil side, we do gabions, which is allows the bridges and the walls not from collapsing. It's very labor intense. We also do parking areas that we tar. And then on the routine road maintenance side, we basically do the barrier walls, which if it is actually damaged by accidents, we repair that. We're doing the potholes, repair the potholes to make it safe for the road, trimming the grass, and also doing some pipe laying. If there's a burst pipe, we're doing that, and also filling up the holes. Quite an interesting industry to be in. I think it's experience. It's something that you need to treasure, need to gain, and need to go out. And from that experience, nobody can take that experience away from you. Knowledge, nobody can take away from you. So I would definitely say that plan properly, strategic planning, know what you want to start your business with. What type of business do you want to start? How are you going to have, do you have a success plan? Do a proper research.
I'm Johan Killian. We started the business in 2002. But prior to that, me and Lucas Lutz, we worked for 30 years for the railways, for Transnet. And that's where it all started. We started off with like one tavern, right behind the Durban station. And straight after that, after 4 or 5 years, we ended up with five taverns and one liquor store. Yeah, and then my bookkeeper told us about Buy City. It was a factory and 4 outlets, and we started off that in 2002. And we did a good research. What we liked about Buy City was it wasn't just like one outlet, like a Kentucky or maybe a Chicken Licken or something like that. If it doesn't work, then you've lost everything. You know, because we in the business of low income sort of guys, and we look at opportunities where the most feet are. Because Buy City is an impulsive business, people don't walk across the road to go and buy a pie. They will walk past your window. It takes you 3-4 seconds for him to decide to buy a pie and auto. You walk past. That's why your shops will always have to look neat. Your staff got to be on the ball, smile, give good service, give a good product. And our customers are very loyal. They're very brand orientated. As I say, my opposition is not another pie shop. My opposition is the chicken people. To make a success, you have to have the love for business. You have to have the enthusiasm for business. I always listen to Brand Pretorius on the radio. And he's actually my role model. The way he speaks, such a good leader, always calm. Even when the economics is, financially, economically is not sound outside there, he will always be positive. And just the way he spoke. And being a man that he is, he's really my role model.
Hi, I'm Marthie, Jansen from Rensberg from Ekurhuleni Artisans and Skills Training Center. We train artisans in different fields. We start with the entry level and then also we prepare the people for their trade test. We have boiler making, sheet metal, welding, all the different kinds of welding, pipe fitting. We also do plumbing, electrical, CNC, rigging, building, painting, also aircon and refrigerating. So it's a vast variety of training that in different artisan fields, but also we focus on the scarce skills at the moment in our country. We analyzed the whole trade and we took out the most important elements of a trade and then pack it into 3 weeks. Why 3 weeks? Because to keep the cost low. So then when they do the short course, they are not qualified. They are semi-skilled, but they will have an employable skill to start their career as an artisan. Yes, there was the people along the way that inspired me and without them even knowing, give me advice or, they will just say things that will inspire me, and then with that I would carry that with me. This lady, Ross Chapman, she's a estate agent also in Kempton Park. She once said to me, never focus on the negative things. Focus on the positive things. Because if you focus on the negative things, you will carry negative energy around you and you will miss opportunities. And I did apply that to me. And even these days, because as I said, there's ups and downs. And as soon as there's a down, I will refocus and see, with this negative thing, what is the positive that we can get out of this? And then I change the whole situation so that we can get the positive energy out of that situation.
My name is Hassan Suleiman. I'm from Johannesburg. I did not start off in the scaffolding business. I come from the shipping background. I worked in the customs clearing and forwarding background. We did import and export, international import and export, and that's how we got into the scaffolding business. We had a client that requested scaffolding components to be imported. We imported it. I then took it out into the market in South Africa, saw there was a need for the product, and that's how Form 4 Scaffolding started. Form 4 Scaffolding is a supply and erect company. We specialize in supply and erect of access scaffolding for the construction industry. We supply to all mining companies, construction companies, media events, all scaffolding, access scaffolding. I think we saw a need for the product. It was pre-World Cup. There was a construction boom in the country. We brought these components in from India, and it was, as I say, flying off the shelves. So we saw a need, we saw that this could be a good business, and we decided to open up a company. We started manufacturing components and later on started supplying and erecting. At the moment it's just me. We employ quite a number of people, skilled staff that comes with the skills and the knowledge. I've got my dad who's not actively involved in the business but plays a huge role in terms of mentoring me and advising me on steps to take. There's always challenges. One of the biggest challenges that we faced was funding. We are still getting through it. The material is quite expensive, the scaffolding material to buy. So what we're doing is we're hiring material as well as buying our own material. I think what makes an excellent entrepreneur is when you see an opportunity to try to grab it, to not let it pass by. And once you do grab that opportunity, at times it might not be the right opportunity, but to see how you can make it work and never to give up, to keep on going at it and take calculated risks and decisions to see how it can better your company and better yourself.